Hey guys, Ryan Knight here, and this is part 2 of the bad teams, bad players. Let's get into the team. So today we're playing Juventus versus Liverpool, and this is just a random drawn team. But as you can see, Juventus have a lot of really high rated players. Ronaldo on the bench, so that just shows like how good they are in terms of their starting 11 for this series. But as you can see, they lack depth, unlike Liverpool. So this is what the Liverpool team will look like. Elliott, Glatzel, Jones, a lot of the Liverpool youths, Chivarella, Lewis. Technically he's a left back, but he can play center mid, Hoover and Kelleher. But as you can see, just from the goalkeepers, there's a 10 OVR differential. So there's a huge golfing class between the two teams. And let's get into it. So this is what, let's go into kickoff. And okay. So if you compare the teams next to each other, 70, 69, 70 to 86, 81, 80. In my opinion, those aren't even teams. But maybe in your opinion they are, but I really don't think they are. So, neutral stadium. Let's go for LA. Yeah, Dignity Health Sports Park in LA. Let's put it on legendary difficulty. And let's kick off. So you can see that beautiful LA sunrise, the palm trees. LA is just a very beautiful city. Derek Ray, Lee Dixon, blah, 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 commentary. And the teams line up. Delict right there, he's kind of been underperforming, but, at his age, it's hard, You gotta keep focused. I think he left the Netherlands too soon. He probably should have stayed another year or two at Ajax, at least till he's 20, not at 18. Because, he's too young, in my opinion. But I guess Ronaldo could help him get through all this stuff. Coming from Portugal and going to England at a very young age. Different countries, language. And Liverpool here, Liverpool, their team is full of youths. Whereas Juventus, their nickname is the Old Lady. But their team is basically older players for the most part. But in this, it's mainly just average age players, 25, 26, 27, 28, around that age. On Ramsey, Quadrado, Alexandro down there. But Alexandro, you gotta feel bad for him though, because he almost never starts for Brazil. So he might sub, but he can play anywhere on the left flank. His speed helps tear up the Serie A, which is a slower league. But it's kind of sad for him because Neymar and Marcelo play in his positions. And that's very hard competition because Marcelo, he was very good when he was younger. But now he's getting older and he's been sad, I guess, with Ronaldo gone from Madrid. It's just the way the world works. You have to move on. But Liverpool, they have a lot of depth because I guess Premier League is more physical, like running, more pace, You gotta have pace, people get injured more. So depth is very important in the Premier League, whereas in Serie A, it's not really as important because it's more of a slower, you slowly move up, pass around, then finally someone will take a shot. So it's more slower. Players get injured a lot less because they're not running around making heavy tackles. It's just the way the Italians play. But I've noticed a lot of fullbacks, left backs, and right backs on Liverpool that are young and like young and low OVR. But I think it's the way that Jurgen Klopp likes to develop his midfielders. I think he likes them to start at like a fullback position, and then as they get older, switch over to a more center mid CDM position. So like Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's played at center mid a few times this season. It's still rare, but I think next season, like, he might switch positions or he might just stay a fullback. Because as you know, fullback, center back, very, not fullback, fullback, center mid, very similar. And here we have a goal from Ramsey. As I was letting myself get carried away with talking, I didn't even notice this. But Ramsey just gets the pass, pops up, shoots right around the young Liverpool Kelleher goalkeeper. Klopp fuming over here. He's not happy. I think he's a great manager, the way he likes to set up his teams, like with the fullbacks, and he likes to have a lot of young players. Same with Pep Guardiola, so that's why I think both their teams are going to get knocked out pretty early, even though Man City and Liverpool are arguably the two best teams in the Premier League. I mean, we can all agree on that, but they're also two of the best teams in the world, both being knocked out. But then again, the teams they played are both very good as well. But I think it's just because they're both Premier League and need to focus more on depth. So I feel like teams like La Liga is like a combination of Serie A and Premier League. I feel like if you like put the play styles together, you get La Liga. Because I mean, Spanish football is a lot about passing, but you also have to have the speed to make dribbles. Like Messi, you have to be good at dribbling and passing. So I feel like it's an average out, you know. But offsides right here, as you can tell. And Larouci, the fullback, young fullback for Liverpool, getting the free kick. Descliglio sliding in. Is that another free kick? Why is everyone just stop moving? I mean, sometimes these FIFA glitches, I find them pretty funny, but sometimes they're plain straight annoying. Like, it won't move for so long, and I'm like, please, like, it's so annoying. I mean, I had one where, like, the player would not take the penalty. Like, I was the goalkeeper, and it took 5 minutes for the player, like, who was taking the penalty to take it from the opposing team. I mean, like, it's just weird, you know. But, you know, it's FIFA. It's not, like, exactly like real life soccer or football. They try their best. I mean, it's hard because, I mean, it's not easy, you know. But Minamino right there in an advanced position. I mean, he's their best player on this Liverpool side. I mean, other than Dejan Lovren, but I feel like Lovren isn't really doing much this match. So I'm just going to say that the Japanese legend Takefusa Minamino is the best player on Liverpool right now, or at least in this match. And the worst player on Piemonte Calcio is Demiral. They're both 77 OVR, so that just shows the golfing class. And here are the stats for the match. Possession, Liverpool actually having more, but Juventus taking over in shots and offsides. As you can see, they're getting forward more with that one offside. And let's get into the second half. But I don't know what happened, but for some reason I realized my recording was misaligned. So, like, everything that happened, like, was delayed. I don't know what happened, but I guess I'm just going to keep it that way. But as I was saying, let's get into the second half. Oxlade-Chamberlain, the Ox, Minamino, Civarella. But yeah, I don't know what happens, you know. Sometimes it's very frustrating. But, you know, it's just life. I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a kid trying to have fun making videos, you know. So, I mean, as I was saying, I guess, earlier, La Liga, I don't know if I said this earlier because it's so misaligned, but La Liga is like a combination of Serie A and Premier League. But, I mean, players like Hazard, Messi, they're all very good examples because they have the passing and the skill, and they can also dribble as well. So like that's why I just love La Liga, because it's very fun to watch. Whereas sometimes I may get bored during the Serie A because of all the passing, and sometimes the Premier League, it's like too much excitement because like people are running around, someone makes the run, and then like someone like Sterling is down the flank, and then they'll just get slide tackled, and then it'll be a counterattack after counterattack. So yeah, that's why La Liga is my favorite league, but I probably watch Premier League the most because they have it on NBC. So I mean, Premier League mornings in the US. Ronaldo coming on here, probably gonna wreak havoc. Keanu Hoever with the throw-in. Hoever, one of the young fullbacks. He's like 18 and he plays right back, but I feel like Trent Alexander-Arnold will get moved up to center mid soon. So then Hoever will probably have a breakout season next year, and then he'll take over the role as right back. That's what I think personally. But a lot of Dutch players on Liverpool, I'm not sure why, but I think it's because PSV Eindhoven, Feyenoord, Ajax, a lot of the big Dutch teams have been making a lot of youth talent, like De Jong, De Ligt. And also I feel like Netherlands, they're going to be very good at like the next World Cup, or even the UEFA Euro when it happens in 21. Hopefully, with what's been going on, it'll happen in 2021. But I just feel Netherlands will be a force to be reckoned with. And I feel like Spain will be wanting revenge after the World Cup, how they lost their coach. Spain also has quite a few young players as well, so I mean, both teams in good shape. But I mean, I don't know why there aren't a lot of Germans on Liverpool. I mean, I guess Paul Glatzel and some other young Germans, because I mean, Jurgen Klopp is German. So I mean, a lot of times when you have a manager from a country, they like to bring in a lot of players from their country, I guess, communication and, you know. But I feel like Germany, they've been underperforming. Like, I remember when they won the 2014 World Cup, but now they're just sort of, they have the players, but there's just something, like, it's not, just something wrong when they're playing international. Because the Bundesliga has been the talk of the town with players like Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, Robert Lewandowski. And I think Lewandowski deserves a Ballon d'Or. I mean, he's been playing amazing. But yeah, I just don't know. But here's Minamino on the wing. I feel like there's a bunch of undiscovered Asian talents, but the issue is like, for countries like India, players are just, and like even China as well, people like, they don't want their kids to play soccer because they're worried like there's not like a good, so they want them to study hard, get a good education, instead of play soccer, because both countries have huge populations and they could easily become giants if like soccer was their thing, because in Europe people like have more money than in other countries, and so like soccer isn't as much of a risk. But in like South America, I guess soccer is the way out of poverty. In the favelas in like Brazil, that's the way to get out. And I just feel like the beautiful game, Jogo Bonita, soccer, it's just an opportunity for a lot of things. And I just love soccer so much, or football, or whatever you want to call it. But here, as the half wraps up, Minamino, Oxlade, and that's it. So, Piemonte Calcio advance to the semis, and I know what you think, they're going to play PSG, but no, they're not, because, I mean, maybe they will, but I'm going to randomize the teams from there on. So the top teams are Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real, FC Bayern Munich, Juve, Liverpool, PSG, Man City. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, and don't forget to subscribe.